companies in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call
Welcome to the broadcast of News Hour on Som TV, the pulse of the nation. On the news this hour, ECOWAS activates 5,000-strong standby force to combat terrorism. APC sues APP for contempt over refusal to vacate offices. Nigeria's oil production drops as country aims $3 billion in February. I am Esther Oka-Steven with the news in full. In a significant move to bolster regional security, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has activated its 5,000-strong standby force to tackle the growing threat of terrorism and transborder crime in the sub-region. Minister of Defense Mohammed Badaru made the announcement during the 43rd Ordinary Meeting of the ECOWAS Committee of the Chief of Defense in Abuja. The meeting brought together top military officials from ECOWAS members countries except Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, which had withdrawn from the sub-region body. Badaru emphasized the urgent need for a coordinated military response to combat security challenges that threatened peace and stability in West Africa. He called on the West African Chief of Defense Staff to close rank and leverage their collective expertise, resources, and commitment to make a tangible impact on fostering peace, stability, and prosperity in the sub-region. The activation of the standby force is part of ECOWAS' border strategy to reinforce its security and ensure swift military intervention where necessary. Despite the recent withdrawal of 3 African countries, ECOWAS maintained the free movement of persons and goods, and its door remains open to welcome back its withdrawn members. The ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Dr. Abdel Fattah Mushe, noted that the pledges made by member states are being reconfigured to activate the standby force in kinetic mode. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Igbetokun, commended the ECOWAS Defense Forces for their critical role in stabilizing the region. This development is a significant step towards enhancing regional security and combating terrorism in West Africa. APP has taken legal action against the All Progressive Congress. This move comes after the APC's local government executives who were previously sacked refused to vacate their offices. According to the suit filed at the Federal High Court in Osogbo, Osun State, the APP is challenging the APC's actions, which they claim are in defiance of a court judgment delivered on 30th November 2022. The judgment had declared the conduct of the poll as unconstitutional. invalid, null, and void, and subsequently sack the executives from holding offices. The APP has joined the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Allied People's Movement, APM, and others as defendants in the suit. They are praying the court to commit the defendants to prison for contempt if they fail to comply with the court's judgment. The motion reads, "This court has been informed that even as at today, 11th March, you are yet to comply with the lawful order of the Federal High Court by forcefully occupying offices in the 30 Council of the state. The defendants have been directed to comply with the court order forthwith by vacating the offices or risk being guilty of contempt of court." On to oil production in Nigeria. Nigeria's oil production declined to 1.4 million barrels per day in February, falling short of its Organization of Petroleum Export Countries quota of 1.5 million. According to the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, the country produced approximately 41 million barrels of oil in February, translating to about $3 billion in revenue based on an average oil price of $47 per barrel. The drop of the oil production is attributed to various factors, including pipeline vandalization and sabotage. The House of Representatives has called for urgent rehabilitations of oil and gas pipeline networks to prevent further economic losses. The NUPRC report revealed that the Forcodes terminal ordered the highest oil output in February, producing 7.75 million barrels, followed by the Bonny terminal with 6.3 million barrels. The decline in the oil production has raised concern about Nigeria's ability to meet its budget benchmark of 2.06 million barrels. The House of Representatives has mandated an OC committee to assess the adequacy of existing security and maintenance measures in safeguarding national petroleum infrastructure. The Oyo State House of Assembly Service Commission has commenced a 2-day training program aimed at enhancing the capacity of its legislative workers. The workshop, which kicked off yesterday, targets officers of grade level 3 to 7, equipping them with necessary skills and knowledge to excel in their roles. Adebo Ogundoyin, Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly, emphasized the importance of capacity building for legislative workers, stating that they played a crucial role in the active functioning of the legislative service. Ogundoyin, also chairman of the Conference of Speakers of State Legislature, expressed his vision for fortifying the value and capacity of legislative workers across the state legislature. The training program aligned with Governor Seyi Makinde's administration's efforts to enhance the capacity and productivity of public servants. Femi Okedoyin, chairman of the Oyo State House of Assembly Service Commission, welcomed participants and stressed the importance of enhancing the skills and acknowledged the legislative workers. This development is part of the Commission's efforts to support the House of Assembly in its legislative functions, as outlined in the Oyo State House of Assembly Service Commission Law 2027. President Bola Tinubu emphasized the need for adherence to the rule of law in Rivers State to ensure lasting peace and prosperity. He made a statement during the meeting with representatives and leaders of the Niger Delta under the Niger Delta Forum at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Tinubu reiterated the importance of respecting the judiciary, stating that it is crucial to upholding democracy and fostering harmony. He advised leaders to be more broad-minded, selfless, and focus on the larger vision of salvaging the region politically and economically. The president also stressed that stakeholders must make sacrifices for the state to move forward by recognizing the Constitution. He expressed confidence in the judiciary and urged the leaders to help implement court rulings with the shortest possible time. In addition, Tinubu commended the leadership of the Niger Delta, particularly the leader of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku. He praised the president's reform, including power devolution and regional development recognition, and urged focus on infrastructure, seaports, environmental sustainability, and fiscal federalism in the South-South. The PANDEF delegation includes former governors, legislators, ministers, traditional leaders, religious figures, youth and women's group, King Alfred Daiti Sefi, the Ameyonobo of Towombre's Kingdom and co-chairman of the PANDEF Board of Trustees, thanked the president for his commitment to the well-being of the South-South and appointments given to Niger Delta indigents. The Supreme Court has dismissed an appeal by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and its candidates, Agbola Ajayi, challenging the candidacy of Lucky Aiyedatiwa as his running mate, Olayedati Adelami, in the last governorship election in Ondo State. In an anonymous judgment, a 5-member panel of the Apex Court, led by Justice Mohammed Garba, held that the appeal was without merit. The court ruled that the PDP and Ajayi lacked the locus standi to query Adelami nominations, as they were not members of the All Progressive Congress (APC), the party that sponsored Aiyedatiwa and Adelami. The court also held that the case was statute buried, as it was commenced outside the time provided in the Constitution and the Electoral Act. The Supreme Court affirmed the judgment of the Court of Appeal in Akure, which had earlier dismissed the PDP's case. In addition, the court awarded a cost of 8 million naira against the PDP and Ajayi to be paid to the 4 respondents, Adelami, Aiyedatiwa, APC, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The PDP and Ajayi had challenged Adelami's qualification, alleging inconsistencies in the name submitted to INEC. However, the court held that they lacked the necessary locus standi in institute the suit, and the case was statute buried. A diphtheria outbreak has been reported at King's College Annex in Victoria Island, Lagos, with 14 confirmed cases and 1 reported death. Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, confirmed the outbreak during a visit to the school accompanied by top government officials. The affected pupils are receiving medical care with 12 administered antibiotics and diphtheria medicines. Abayomi emphasized the importance of maintaining personal and environmental hygiene, urging pupils to practice regular hand washing and report of diphtheria symptoms. In response to the outbreak, the state government has launched a mass vaccination campaign targeting pupils and staff members at the school. However, only pupils with parental consent will receive the booster dose. Abayomi explained that the booster dose will help prevent infections in case of exposure, as immunity from childhood vaccinations wanes over time. The state has advised parents against withdrawing their children from school, warning that seemingly health students may be incubating the bacteria and can spread the infection to their families and communities. Abayomi assured that the schools is operating like an isolation center with professionals on the ground, sanitation improvements in place, and the vaccination campaign underway. Diphtheria is a bacterial infection that affects the respiratory system, spreading through cough, sneezing, or direct contact with an infected person. The state has vowed to learn from this outbreak and implement policies to improve hygiene standards, reduce overcrowding in schools, and enhance vaccination protocols. Okay, on to report from Kebbi State. The Kebbi State Governor, Nasiru Idris, has expressed confidence that the people of Kebbi will support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's re-election bid in 2027. According to Governor Idris, President Bola Tinubu's administration has implemented various projects in Kebbi State, meeting the yearning and aspiration of the state's residents. Governor Idris made the statement during an inspection tour of the ongoing Sokoto Badagry Super Highway project in Kebbi, led by Minister of Works Dave Umwahi. The governor emphasized the President Tinubu's administration has brought significant development to Kebbi, and as such, the people have no reasons not to support his re-election. This development comes as President Tinubu's re-election campaign is gaining momentum, with some leaders of the All Progressive Congress already campaigning for his re-election in 2027. However, this has sparked reaction from opposition parties and political analysts who argue that it is a violation of the Electoral Act and the 1999 Constitution. On to report from Niger State. The Niger State government has reaffirmed its commitment to transition key facilities, including the Government House, IBB Specialist Hospital, Water Board, and Secretariat of the National Grid in the near future. This announcement was made by Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago during a meeting with the management of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, AEDC, at the Government House in Minna. The state government plans to establish a 200-megawatt solar park, as well as implement other initiatives aimed at enhancing alternative power supply. Notably, the transition to solar energy has already begun, with all street lights in the state converted to solar power. Additionally, efforts are underway to implement a 25-megawatt mini-grid that will serve all local government areas. Furthermore, the state government is collaborating with a private company to provide solar energy system to 10,000 households over the next month, with an ambitious target to reaching 100,000 homes by near the year end. Governor Bago emphasized the importance of diversifying the state's power source and urged AEDC to improve power supply, considering that Niger State hosts 4 hydroelectric power dams. This move is expected to reduce the state's resilience on the national grid and provide a more sustainable and reliable source of energy for its citizens. On to report from Kaduna State. The Kaduna State Governor Nasiru El-Rufai and ex-Adamawa State Governor Jibril Bindo have met with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, fueling speculations about a possible coalition ahead of the 2027 presidential election. Atiku disclosed the meeting on his social media handles, stating that they had robust discussions. After breaking their fast together on Sunday, the meeting has sparked rumor about a potential coalition between Atiku's People's Democratic Party and other opposition parties to challenge the ruling All Progressive Congress in the 2027 election. El-Rufai's presence at the meeting has also raised eyebrows, given his recent criticisms of the APC's leadership and speculations about his possible defection from the party. That is the end of the news hour for now. Before we go, here is a recap of the major headlines. ECOWAS activates 5,000-strong standby force to combat terrorism. APC sues APP for contempt over refusal to vacate offices. Nigeria's oil production drops as country earns $3 billion in February. That's all for now. Som TV is a 24-hour TV station. We are live every day. You can follow us on Facebook at Som TV or on YouTube at Som TV Live. I am Esther Oka Steven. Thanks for watching.